Foxborough, Mass. Christian Hackenberg's patience, positivity and self-restraint have officially reached Gundian levels. The Mahatma would be proud of the history-making Jets quarterback, who watched another season come and go without sniffing the field. The dust-collecting second-round signal caller was warming up hours before kickoff on a teeth-chattering day wind chill -2 degrees with the hope of playing in a regular season game for the first time in 2 seasons. Jets keep dump MLS, he didn't, leaving inquiring minds to wonder if his time with the team that drafted him with the 51st overall pick once upon a time will ever come. My understanding is that there's a real possibility the Jets will undergo a quarterback house cleaning this offseason. Bryce, who completed 51% of his passes in 3 starts this season, isn't expected to return. Hackenberg's days appear to be numbered, too. Josh McCown will be an unrestricted free agent. The week-long Will Horwim the play speculation in the run-up to the Jets' 266 season-ending loss to the Patriots on Sunday was much ado about nothing. The Jets never intended to play Hackenberg barring an injury to Petty, who went 19 for 36 for 232 yards and a 72.9 passer rating against the Evil Empire. When you don't win the number 2 job in the preseason, it's kind of a foregone conclusion that you're not going to play in the regular season, Bowles said of Hackenberg. When you lose the number 2 job and you got 2 people ahead of you, how's it going to fluctuate when you lost it? Honestly, Matty Meyer Jetty Images. There's little doubt that Hackenberg gained valuable experience this summer, but there's a real concern on one Jets drive that his rate of development isn't fast enough. There are folks in the building, however, holding out hope that he can continue to develop. I understand the game, Hackenberg said. I think my physical attributes are good enough to do it at this level. I want to continue to improve on those things. All the speculation and hearsay doesn't really mean anything to me right now. I just have to be as focused as I can on the next step. Right now the next step for me is this off-season and attacking it, and figure out things that I feel I need to improve on, and keep building on the positives and come back as ready as I can. Hackenberg has the exact right attitude despite becoming only the 3rd quarterback drafted in the first 2 rounds in the Super Bowl era not to take a snap in his first 2 seasons along with Gene Bradley and Jim Kelly. The Jets gave Hackenberg a fair opportunity this offseason to either win the starting job or grab the number 2 gig. He finished with a 56.8 completion rate, 68.1 passer rating with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Petty, who was the 3rd man on the totem pole entering training camp, outplayed him to earn the backup job. There's a time to play a lot of guys, Bowles said about whether he wants to see Hackenberg play in a regular season game. It wasn't his time yet. Hell, wait until it's his time. His time might come, but it appears more and more likely that it won't be with the Jets. It's unfair to marginalize the fact that Hackenberg was learning his second offensive scheme in 2 years, but there are internal concerns whether he makes sense for the Jets given the state of the franchise. Matty Meyer Jetty Images. Make no mistake, finding a new starting quarterback will be the Jets' number 1 priority this offseason. The preliminary thought is that the organization will make a run at a plug-and-play signal caller in free agency or via trade. If that doesn't pan out, the Jets are taking a quarterback in the 1st round. There is a sentiment on one Jets drive that there will be 3 new quarterbacks on the roster next year. But there is some wiggle room on Hackenberg's immediate future with the team, according to sources. I don't really think about that, Hackenberg said about wondering about his future with the team. Every day I've come in and gotten better in some way. I've grown and I've learned. Ultimately, he'll have an off-season to go back to it and continue to work. Then come in again in the spring and see what happens.